here's something that will fix some problems right off the bat, and I make sure that we take care of this before we move on. There is a phenomenon that occurs with every person, whether you're shooting a bow, you're aiming with your thumb, you're shooting a weapon, whatever it may be, where our eyes will take and our brain will get involved and it'll start doing figure eights. And you're watching your front sight, in this case on a pistol, and your front sight's doing a little bit of this. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but it's doing this to an extent. Well, people inherently want to fire that weapon when they want to shoot the gun. Instead of just holding it as steady as you can and smoothly pulling the trigger and let the gun go off when it wants to go off. The key is to ride that, not fight that. What I mean by that? When that thing's doing the figure eight and I'm just pulling smoothly, smoothly, smoothly on the trigger and that hammer drops and the shot breaks, it will hit the middle. You need to have faith that it will do that, that if all your shooting fundamentals are good and your trigger press is good and you keep the best sight alignment, sight picture that you can, i.e. have that red dot, have that front sight focused exactly where you want it as much as you can, once the trigger breaks cleanly, it's going to hit that spot. The same as with firearms with what we're talking about. You need to just have faith when you come out and shoot me, or when you go out and shoot and test this theory out, like I had my client do, that if you keep it as steady as possible and you pull that trigger clean, it's going to hit the middle. That is very, very, very common. One of the most common mistakes I see people do. So if you can work on your trigger control and hit us in the comments if you want some drills to work on your trigger press